Alright y'all, welcome back to Combat Arms channel. So you guys can already tell I'm rocking the flannel. Again, it's getting way too cold for me to rock the Hawaiian shirts anymore. So I'd love to keep rocking them, but it's just not realistic. It's getting pretty cold here in Korea. But again, the colder it gets here, that means the closer I am to going back to the United States. Because again, I'm leaving about mid-winter time frame. So yeah, the colder it gets here, the closer I am to going back to the States where I can be back with my family and do a bunch of awesome videos. But yeah, today, this is pretty appropriate for what we're watching, I guess, because we're watching something from the Finnish Defense Forces. And this is specifically about their Arctic warfare expertise. So I love watching these kinds of videos because it's always awesome to see people who specialize in a specific field. Like me personally, I could say I'm an expert in CQB and maybe like a little bit of an expert in helicopter insert and extract, maybe a little bit in tunnel clearing, but yeah, it's very hard to call yourself an expert in anything. But Arctic warfare, again, it is Finland, so everyone's going to have a pretty decent leg to stand on when it comes to Arctic warfare. But taking that to the next level means that's definitely going to be expertise. Compared to someone, pretty much any Joe Schmo in the United States going to Finland, they're going to have a hard time trying to adapt to the cold anyway. But going and taking that to the expertise level is going to take a lot. So it is awesome to check out these videos and see all the little tips and tricks and see how they train. So this video is about 3 minutes long, so it's not too long, but I'm sure we're going to see a lot of stuff that I haven't seen before because, again, I've not really done any Arctic warfare or really any cold weather training. I mean, I think I'm pretty cold here in Korea wearing my flannel while it's like 45 degrees Fahrenheit outside. But these guys are going to be a lot colder than I am. Okay, nice graphics. Okay, so the Jaeger Brigade Readiness Unit. That sounds pretty intense. Again, the snowmobiles are so awesome. Oh, nice. I like the snow camouflage that they painted on there. Okay, that's actually really, really well done. It's not just like a clear coat of white, because of course that's not going to be super realistic. The snow's not going to be completely uniform. So yeah, that is like a very, very solid snow camouflage. And yeah, it's cool to see their snow camouflage as well. I know the US has their own version of snow camouflage, but I've not really used it. And most of the time it's not really that great. It's just generally having a white like overgarment or like a white helmet cover. It doesn't really work as well. So yeah, that camouflage is very, very well done. But yeah, you can see they got the snowmobiles ready. They got these vehicles ready. So let's see what kind of stuff they can get into. Is that the Viking? It looks very similar to the Viking. Dude, in snow operations at nighttime especially. Oh, dude, it looks so cool though. Yeah, even their weapons look like they're painted. Wow, okay. Dude, look at the small attention to detail here. Like, he's got little strips of white on his body armor. So again, yeah, it's not going to be reasonable to get body armor for every different climate that you can be in, especially with Finland, because there's going to be snow, there's going to be urban, there's going to be a lot of forest. So you can't really get the best camouflage to match all of it. But just doing something as simple as putting like white straps or strips of cloth through your body armor is awesome. And again, these guys are the experts with Arctic warfare. So, I mean, just seeing stuff like this is stuff that I honestly wouldn't think about. I've put plenty of foliage on my helmets. I've put, sometimes I've put it on my shoulders, but I've never put like cloth strips through my body armor like that. So that is really, really cool to see. Oh, he's got no gloves on. Sheesh. Yeah, I'm sure those Vikings, or whatever those vehicles are, I'm sure they put in work. Not too reasonable to have anything with normal wheels. I like that. I like the non-tactical helmets they use for the snowmobiles. Yeah, he's got the cloth on his body armor too. There you go. Oh, dude. Okay. I will say, I mean, walking through swamps is one thing. Swamps generally only get like a foot deep in most places. So that's pretty hard to walk through, especially when the mud is sticking to your boots. But when you're walking through snow that's like 2 feet deep and even the snow starts, sticking to your gear, that is going to be super rough. Of course, you have like snowshoes and everything, but sometimes it might not be reasonable to have those on at the exact moments. But yeah, that seems very, very brutal. And I know we've seen it with it was like the Canadian military. They were running through tires, and I didn't understand the purpose of that initially, but it definitely makes sense. If you're going to be running through snow, you need to be good at sort of picking up your legs and sort of trotting like that. So very cool to see. And of course, we see the skis coming out already. I mean, I think I'd be pretty decent at skiing just because I rollerblade a lot and they seem kind of similar. But I'm sure like any child in Finland is probably going to be a better skier than I am. So these guys are probably really, really good. So we're seeing like a lot of like small, like perfectionist things as far as like making sure their camouflage is solid on their body and their body armor. Their weapons are painted really, really nicely. We can see the skis, the vehicles coming into play. Now, I'm sure the maintenance is going to be pretty hard in an environment like this, because I know whenever we go to any cold environments, we need to change like the lubrication for the weapons, just because the normal lubrication doesn't work as well or it doesn't last as long. So I'm sure the maintenance and logistics for the cold weather is a big thing, especially for like the radio, all the communications equipment, and even just like general like stuff. Your boots need to be insulated a certain way. Your weapons and your equipment need to be tested at like sub-zero temperatures just to make sure that they're not like cracking or just failing. So I'm sure there's a lot that goes into it. So I wonder if these guys test equipment that gets put out to the rest of the Finnish defense forces. So that'd be cool to learn about. But yeah, it seems like they have some pretty solid equipment anyway. Dude, look at that camouflage. Oh, dude, PKM in the snow. That's going to suck. His legs are going to be huge. I mean, yeah, the snow looks very, very cool. I'll give it that. I'm sure it feels very cool, too. All right. Yeah, that was really, really cool. Again, we see the small stuff like the camouflage, the little strips inside their body armor. We see a lot of stuff, and I'm sure I'm missing a lot of stuff just because I think you need a general experience in the cold weather or like the Arctic warfare to be able to pick out like the nitty gritty stuff. So for me, doing like reconnaissance in the jungle and everything, I know what you should be doing as like a bare minimum, but I know what you could be doing to really make sure that you're not being spotted or anything. So really camouflaging yourself, putting camouflage all over yourself, all over your equipment, making sure there's nothing that's shiny. So I'm sure these guys know what to do as well, just to be a little bit more successful in this Arctic warfare environment. So if you guys saw any small things that they did that you wouldn't normally do, just because, I mean, I don't know, it's not necessarily needed, but they're just going the extra mile, so to speak, put that down in the comments section, because again, I'm sure I missed a bunch of stuff because I'm not used to the whole Arctic warfare environment. I would like to do some cold weather training. I mean, I say that now when I'm like relatively comfortable, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the cold, but I think doing anything, even if it's like a week-long training in an environment like that, it gets you to at least be mentally prepared if you have to go and do it. Because I mean, back in like the Korean War when we had Marines going to like the Chosin Reservoir, I'm sure they didn't really know what to expect when it came to like the cold weather and that sort of Arctic warfare. But of course, it's always nice to get some sort of exposure to this sort of stuff. I mean, if you're in an occupation where you're not going to be going anywhere super cold or anywhere super hot, then it's less for you to worry about. But in the U.S. military, honestly, I can be going anywhere, even if it's for training. But yeah, if I could get to some cold weather training, that'd be kind of cool. Especially if I could record it, that'd be even better. Because that'd be it'd be funny. I could just show a transition of me right now being comfortable and complaining about cold weather, and then show myself like where sub-zero temperature is. So, I mean, that'd be kind of funny and ironic. But yeah, if you guys like the video, feel free to thumbs up. If you want to share it and send it to any of your buddies, and just be like, look at this American complaining about this cold weather stuff. By all means. This is very cool to check out, though. Again, it's cool to see like the small little tips and tricks that you guys utilize for these sort of Arctic warfare environments. And again, it looks very, very cool with all the snow and all the snowmobiles and the ski warfare. Very awesome to check out. So thank you for this awesome recommendation. Keep the awesome recommendations coming, guys. I really appreciate it. It's awesome to see what you guys want me to check out. And again, these videos are all over YouTube, but I mean, it's not really something that I would generally look up, especially like cold weather stuff. Not really too big of a fan on, but it's awesome to check it out eventually. So thank you for the recommendation, and thank you for pushing me to watch stuff that I normally wouldn't. So it's awesome for me to learn and understand a little bit better. But yeah, thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for liking and commenting, and definitely consider subscribing. But that is it for this video. So I will see y'all in the next one.